Springtime in Michigan. They're in the Irish Hills, south of Jackson, west of Ann Arbor. Beautiful lakes, a lot of boating, and one place for big speed. Daniel Suarez, who wear our Visor Cam this weekend. Clint Boyer at the ready. Heard he was hanging with Blake earlier this week. No, he looks okay. Joey Logano, good to go. He'll be calling the Xfinity race with us tomorrow. And last week's winner and defending champion, Mark Truex with crew chief Cole Parent. They are all ready to go at Michigan International Speedway for Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series practice. The drivers are at the ready. The track maybe not quite so much. Hi, everybody. Mike Joy, Darrell Waltrip, Jeff Gordon with you. They're doing a little track cleanup, so we have a little extra time to visit and see what we've learned so far. When we last left you in Pocono, we made some of you very happy and, boy, generated a lot of comments from everybody who said it's not just the big three. Kevin, Kyle, and Martin. And I love that conversation because is it Kyle Larson, who seems to be unbeatable here? Is it Brad Keselowski? Is it Denny Hamlin? Is it Joey Logano? Is it Jimmy Johnson? Is it any driver you can name that deserves to be part of that big four?
Well, I think today we're going to keep an eye on Kyle Larson because he's going for 4 in a row here.
Right.
And that hadn't been done since Bill Elliott did it back in the 80s. And so I think a guy we got to keep our eye on, and a guy that probably at the top of that, who's going to be the number 4 guy, is Kyle Larson. I hear his name mentioned probably more than anybody else's. So I think we keep an eye on that 42 car today.
Well, the discussion, though, is a lot of fun to have because there's no question who has dominated the season so far, but there's a lot of season left to go.
Oh, there sure is. And I think you initially, besides Kyle Larson, go to the teammates of the others who have dominated. So Denny Hamlin, I think, is somebody that definitely is in the conversation. I think he's showing some good speed. If they can clean up some of the things on pit road, I think he could be a major factor. And then a Ford teammate, I guess, is the other way to say it, with Kevin Harvick has been so dominant this year. Can Clint Boyer, can Kurt Busch, or maybe one of the Penske Fords step up? And that's what I'm anxious to see this weekend. I think Larson is going to be tough this weekend. Even though those Camaros haven't showed as much speed as some of the others, this track in particular and that team, they just seem to shine.
Well, remember, the Chevy's got an engine upgrade when Charlotte, right in that range, and we talked to some Toyota drivers who said they could really see the effect of that last week at Pocono.
Yeah, I think the Chevys are the sleepers. They've been working hard, and when you're on top, like the 4 or the 18, those guys are the big 3, the 78. Maybe you just maintain. You try to keep what you got. But when you're down there at the bottom trying to claw your way to the top, that's dangerous because you might hit on something that'll make you better than those guys, and then they'll have to go back to work.
Oh, boy. Let's get down to the garage and Matt Yoakum.
Now, Mike, when you drive for team owner Roger Penske, you want to win every race on the schedule, but there are two that take on a little extra meaning if you can have a great day, especially you win, and that's Auto Club Speedway, which Roger Penske built in the 90s, and also MIS, which he purchased out of bankruptcy in 1973 and turned into a wonderful speed plant. Joey Logano, 2 wins here on this 2-mile oval, and they feel like they're taking steps getting ever closer to the big 3 that you guys mentioned. Now, Logano, this practice session, their game plan, they're going to work on qualifying setup for 2 different reasons. One, because of the ARCA General Tire rubber that's on the racetrack, they're going to try to delay going out for a few minutes, but then also they're going to be cut short near the end of this session, 15 minutes, due to their inspection issues last week. But Logano, confidence is high. They feel like this could really be another jump start to their summer.
Thanks, Matt. Yeah, we have the Hoosier rubber from the ARCA cars, and also I guess we had a little bit of jet dryer fluid spill that they are working clean up mostly all the way around the track right now. The track is open for practice. That fuel spill we talked about, that they put down a lot of speedy dry in the outside groove from turn 2 all the way to turn 3. So about a dozen drivers went out onto the track, made a half lap, and then came right down pit road. Nobody's made a complete lap right now just yet.
I think you saw behind the 6 car there's still a lot of residue, a lot of stay dry on the racetrack itself, so got to get that off.
Larry
Guys,
Mack.
as I walked through the garage area this morning, everybody's been watching the forecast for in the morning. Now, I will say it's looking a little better, but I think for that reason, there were a number of teams thinking about making at least 1 race run. I know Kevin Harvick, Alex Bowman, Eric Jones, Clint Boyer. Denny Hamlin said they'll make at least one race run. Now, we also talked to Kyle Busch's 18 team and the 12 team of Ryan Blaney. They're going to be in qualifying trim, but I think those guys that just practice pit road speed, good time to do it because the track is not in really good shape right now. Should we get rain in the morning, this may be their only opportunity to practice that pit road speed of 55 miles per hour.
You know, Larry, we watched the 48 car come down pit road, went down the back, came right down pit road. The interesting thing about him, the last time he had a speeding penalty, Jimmy Johnson, was March of 17 back in Atlanta.
Wow.
All that practice they do
it pays off. They get it done early, they get their tack set, and they're good to go, or their lights set.
Well, the other thing that makes that easy for the drivers and teams to do right now is that this is a very fast racetrack, not just down the straightaways, but you have to be fully committed through the corners. And if the track is not completely ready to go, you're not going to push the limits.
Caution is out. They're going to check for still some residual fluid on the back straightaway. Michigan is a 2-mile super speedway, 18-degree banking in the corners, 12 degrees down that front straightaway. And it's not only long, it's wide, 48 feet at start finish, 61 feet in the corners, and 52 in the backstretch. So plenty of room to roam. Now, we are told, you see that black groove, we are told that they drag tires on this racetrack from about the middle of the track up, or the third groove up to the top of the racetrack.
Yeah, you can see the dark line there. That's where the tire dragging they used that here this past week. And we heard some of the drivers say it's kind of a saving grace. We're going to run low. We're going to run probably around the bottom. But when you get have a little problem, you get up into that blacker area, at least the car doesn't go crazy and go into the wall. You got a little escape area there.
Yeah, when you're doing 210 miles per hour getting in the corner, you want a little bit more room for air.
Well, that's the test of, is the surface slick or not?
It didn't fall down.
Nope. Brad Keselowski's grandfather was in that first shot going to work at Ford, building Model Ts on the assembly line. Hand-assembled engines. Ford credited with the world's first assembly line produced automobile. They made millions of Model Ts and Model A's and later. And they're still innovating here around Detroit.
Where you think they made that at?
I'd say somewhere one of those big Paul Bunyan statues is missing its toupee. Speaking of Brad K, here's Matt.
Certainly looks like the winning ride right there, Mike, with the little top. And you even commented on what a cool ride that was.
Yeah, I mean, Michigan infield here gets pretty crazy. It's a good time. I'm not going to tell you how I know that, but just trust me, I do know that, and it looks like those guys are going to have a great day.
Now, being a Michigander, your family's so much racing roots here, Michigan Motorsports Hall of Fame, you name it, success here at MIS. This takes on special significance for you to knock off a W.
Yeah, I think the guys all kind of, come to this weekend a little tense because they know I put so much pressure on us to run so well here, and we haven't won at the Cup level, but we've been so close. We finished second a few times. We led the most laps here last summer. So, we want to break through, Matt, and get that win. And it just feels like we're knocking on the door. We tested here a month or so ago, and that went really well. So we're really hoping for big things.
Now, due to the issue right now, we've lost some track time due to the debris on the racetrack, the fuel spill. The speeds here are incredible. Even more cause for concern when you have something like this, that you want to make sure that people take the time to clean it up properly.
Absolutely. I mean, we saw 220 some mile an hour here last year in qualifying, and at 220 mile an hour, if you hit something, it's going to hurt. So you want to make sure the track's ready to go before you get up to full speed.
All right, good luck on a great weekend trying to join your Uncle Ron and your dad Bob here with some great Michigan history.
Brad trying to be the first Michigan-born driver to win here.
In a Cup car.
Yes, in Cup racing.
And he's the one that can do it. He's been so close here so many times.
We race V8s.
Yeah.
The first big mass-produced US V8 was the Ford Flathead V8, 1932. It was not the first US V8. In Abingdon, Massachusetts, in 1905, the Buffum Runabout had a 6.6-liter V8 that then made a whopping 40 horsepower. That was the first American V8. Denny Hamlin hit turn 3 at 203 miles per hour.
Yeah, that's what these guys all know. And here's Hamlin. I think he's working on pit road speed. Good job for him. But you know, David Reagan went out. We know the track's not exactly right, but he ran 192 miles an hour around this joint, and then they decided they need to work on the track a little bit. I think we're going to see speeds way over 200 miles an hour, average around here.
Well, he's 200 at the start-finish line, riding, as we see Eric Almirola going to turn 1, 211.
A comfortable 211.
Yeah.
Comfortable. That's ludicrous. Ludicrous speed.
It's really comfortable when you're sitting up here.
That's what I was talking about. I like it.
One of the things I like about going from Pocono to Michigan is last week we talked about how long that front straightaway is and the top speeds of 205, 206 miles per hour and how much they have to slow down, get on the brakes, and downshift into that first corner. And here it's a exact opposite. You're going to carry 210 plus miles per hour into the corner, and you're not going to drop much through the corner.
Yeah, down to about 175, 176 miles an hour. Last week, down to 145 in the middle of the corner. This week, 176 in the middle of the corner. Big difference.
So Casey Kane, 207 into the corner, 176 mid-corner. 30-mile-an-hour drop-off in speed to the middle of the corner, and Kane third on the board. Whoa.
I don't think the track's quite there yet, though. They're still working around this little bit of residue is on the racetrack. Because Eric Almirola went out. He ran a 37.03. That's 194 miles an hour. And so we still got a ways to go.
Who was the wrestler that had the black mask that covered his whole head except for a white eye port? That's what the front, I can't remember his name, but that's what the front of Casey Kane's car looks like.
Yeah, I agree.
Ty Dillon has run 2 laps, 192.2, his best so far. And this is Daniel Suarez wearing our Fox Visor Cam.
Coming up to speed, up onto the back straightaway, shift back into high gear, and here we go.
And as you're riding along with Daniel, you'll hear very little out of throttle time. And this is turn 3. It's a much flatter portion of the track as you're coming from that flatter back straightaway. So that's where you'll see the car step out a little bit for the drivers. Down here into turn 1, a lot of speed carried into the banking because of the way that transition from the straightaway to the corner is.
And Mike, you kind of got a feel, even when you come out of the pits up on the back straightaway, you drive into turn 3, the car, if the car's there for you, you got a feel for it. If the car's a little iffy, you realize that in turn 3, and it makes you a little cautious getting into turn 1.
You can see how hesitant Daniel was turning that car into the corner into turn 3.
And I don't care who you are, in the back of your mind, you're saying, look, there's stay dry on the track. There was some fluid on the track. I got to be a little cautious here.
Right, quickest out of 13, 211 into the corner for Daniel.
That's pretty normal what you see his hands doing right there. It's all left, turning left, working that wheel. Get those front tires, they nibble a little bit, so you got to kind of work with them. Get that good grip and then get down that back straightaway.
His teammate Denny Hamlin's just gone to the top of the... No, Matt DiBenedetto has the fastest lap right now. How about that?
196.
Kurt Busch third.
Oh, we're gaining on it.
So a year ago, Kyle Larson won the pole for this race at 202 miles per hour. So still a good ways to go, I believe. I think what Goodyear's done with the tire here, what the teams have done, we should see speeds right up into that same area this weekend.
Yeah, Logano to the top now at a 197 miles an hour. So the track's coming in, guys are getting comfortable. They'll start to push it a little harder. We'll see those speeds go up. Tell you what, I don't care who you are. I don't care how many years you've been driving. It takes a lot of nerve and a lot of confidence to jump in that car and run at 211 miles, 12 miles an hour, whatever, into turn 1. I kind of want to feel that baby out myself. I got to be sure it's there.
William Byron's run 6 laps with best of 37.04. That's 194.3. And Eric Jones, who's home in Byron, Michigan, just about an hour-and-a-half drive northeast of here. Went up there to see his mom and play with the dog this week.
See, there are a couple of our first career Cup Series win drivers. Dale Jarrett, Kyle Larson, and I think this guy, Eric Jones, he'd certainly like to make this weekend his first win.
Yeah, I talked to Eric Jones's crew chief this morning, Chris Gale, and he said that he definitely was going to make at least 1 or 2 race runs. And you see now, if you see him run more than 1 lap at this big of a racetrack, you know they're in race trim.
Fords at the top, Logano, DiBenedetto, and Boyer. Then the Toyotas of Hamlin and Jones in the Fast 5 with just under 30 minutes to go in pre-qualifying practice. Paul Menard goes to the top of the chart. The Wood brothers spent yesterday at the Henry Ford Museum looking at their 2011 Daytona winner. And here we go. Top of the chart, 199.7 for Paul Menard. Riding with Kyle Larson, who's been unbeatable at Michigan. 3 straight wins, August, June, and August.
You know what? I want to see him win again here. You know why? Because I like the way his car owner celebrates. Chip beat the heck out of everybody in the pits, and then he went out and tried to hurt Larson.
Second for Larson, 36.20, 198.8. As we said, 3 straight for Kyle Larson, going for 4, which Bill Elliott did in 85 and 86 when he and his brothers Ernie and Dan and Harry Melling and that team were on such a run. I think that car's in the Henry Ford too.
It was. I was there too yesterday, Mike, and I saw that number 9.
I want to go down there and measure that baby up. Check it out. See what made it so fast.
Well, as long as you bring a ruler that only has 7/8 in each inch, you'll be just fine.
I know what Bill would say. How do you know? It's like Gordon always say, man, how do you know it was a car?
There are the drivers on the lower left to sweep here at Michigan, and David Pearson, this track's all-time winner. Matt?
Mike, a variety of game plans going on here in the garage here, especially with the shortened practice due to the issues with the racetrack. And Kevin Harvick was in race trim, now swapping over to Q trim. But walk us through what it's like. Last year we saw 220 or so going into turn 1. Verbally tell us what you experienced on a Q lap.
Well, I haven't experienced anything yet. We kind of wasted the first half of practice with the track being so dirty and couldn't really make a lap. So the track just continues to pick up speed. But it's a really fast racetrack, you know, and you have to. It's a very line-sensitive racetrack, especially in qualifying trim. You want to carry as much speed as you can into the corners and be able to not push the front tires as you go down to the center of the corner. So it's very inviting to overdrive it to the center of the corner. But you know, it's a fine line of carrying that speed and not enough or too much speed to the center of the corner. So it's a narrow groove, but you know, it's a lot of fun to be able to run that fast.
Certainly exciting. Mike?
Kevin did not get a top 10 finish in either Michigan race here last year. Top of the chart, no surprise, Kyle Busch at 199.99, just enough to deny you, Darrell, of a 200-mile-an-hour lap.
She's coming.
A couple more thousandths. The big 3, as we're saying, Kyle Busch, Kevin Harvick, and Martin Truex have won 19 of the last 24. And if you take out the restrictor plate races at Daytona and Talladega, that winning percentage is even greater.
Unbelievable.
Wow.
How these guys have dominated this sport.
Yeah, those are impressive numbers. And that's why you're going to hear us talk a lot about them. That's what made last week so much fun, is to see the 3 of them finally go toe-to-toe. We have not seen, we've seen where one's dominated when maybe another's had an issue. And now, finally, we got to see that happen. And, boy, that was fun. I mean, it was all about the pit crews, the restarts. It was total team effort of the best 3 right now in the business.
Watching Matt Kenseth trying to work his way into the top 20 of practice speeds. To see them battle head-to-head was fantastic. And what was funny was the 2 who did not win both said, well, whoever got out front had the advantage, since it wasn't them.
You know, we're looking at Matt Kenseth here in the 6th car. He had a great finish last week, considering, you know what, just stepping in this car and trying to analyze and what it needs to make it better. Thought he came home with a pretty nice finish last week.
Well, and there was so much action happening up front in those closing laps. One of the things that did happen is a lot of those teams that took the wave around were able to get fresh tires, and those fresh tires made a huge difference in those final few laps of the restart to make up a lot of positions.
Yep.
Greg Galding, 30th right now. 38.23 his best lap, 188.3. Got one newcomer this week. DJ Kennington is back. He's in the number 7 this week. Be kind of a home game for him. We get a lot of Canadian fans here at Michigan, so much so that they play both the anthems of Canada and the United States.
Yeah, DJ just got his car and drove over here. Nearby. And that far to go.
Ross Chastain, a lot of people in the garage are taking notice that this young fella has been, I guess we call it punching above his weight. He's been doing a great job in this car. We know this is a team with relatively limited resources compared to the top teams, but he's been showing good speed and some good finishes. Well done. One newcomer this week, Garrett Smithley in the 99. More on him in a bit. Here's Joey Logano trying to improve on 7th fastest, 36.41 his best lap.
Yeah, Mike, you talk about Chastain, and there is a lot of young drivers that we don't get a chance to talk about a whole lot because they run mid-pack back, but there's a lot of talent back there.
Yep.
You can see Joey Logano is taped up there on the front grille, so this is definitely a qualifying run.
He jumps to 5th, over 199 miles an hour. Kyle Busch's Toyota and 4 Fords in the Fast 5. 19 minutes to go. Garrett Smithley hits the track of the number 99 for Starcom Racing. Derek Cope, you'll recall spinning in that car last week. Smithley's going to attempt his first Cup start. He has 2 Xfinity starts here. 78 starts in the Xfinity Series. He's making his Cup debut. Matt?
Well, Mike, down here in the 11 garage is sort of a combo planner agenda. You've got guys swapping the 11 over to Q trim, but also you've got a couple guys, including Sean Curlin, your interior special, blowing out the inside. Looks like you drove down Bricks Highway, a dirt road nearby.
It was messy. That track was really messy to get started. So you got to kind of take with a grain of salt what we had there for the first race trim run. Don't know that we learned a whole lot, but we at least checked everything and travels and balance and got a decent feel for it there in turns 1 and 2. 3 and 4 was just a real big mess. So the biggest thing I noticed is the track is very light colored. Doesn't look like this tire's laying down a whole lot of rubber. Hopefully, it gets wider as the race, weekend goes on. But right now, it is a single one-groove racetrack that you don't want to get out of.
All right, thank you, Denny. Mike?
Well, we talked to him this morning about, pit road speeding, which is a frequent topic. It's not that we pick on Denny Hamlin for all his pit road speeding. It's that the risk to reward ratio, when he gets caught speeding, it's costing him a win. Yeah, somebody who's going to be a 15th place car gets caught for speeding, not such a big deal.
Well, he's tied with his teammates, Suarez, and I think Bowman's the other one that for the most speeding penalties. So it's not like it just happens occasionally.
But I do think that it was interesting in talking to Denny about it, how he feels like the time when he's pushing it, while yes, very significant in the effect it has on his race, he sees it's worth it because that could possibly win him that race. And that just shows you how much he's willing to push to try to win a race.
But he said it himself. We have to go. We're always going to the rear. We always have to start from the rear, work our way through the field. Don't speed on pit road. Don't have those mistakes in the pits. And you'll be up near the front. You have a better shot at winning.
So practice has now been extended. It was scheduled to end at 12:20, and it will now go all the way to the bottom of the hour. Chase Elliott, new look for the number 9.
I'll tell you one thing. That 9 car, when I see that, I immediately think of his dad when I come here. And how he loved this racetrack and how Bill dominated this racetrack.
Well, and I would guess that Chase likes this racetrack. He's been so close to getting his first win right here at this track. Finished second a few times.
That's the pizza car. That's the. There are two big pizza chains that started right here in Detroit: Domino's, Tom Monahan, and Mike Ilitch, Little Caesars, and that's the Little Caesar. You see that Caesar holding the pizza, you know.
Hey now.
Oh, top of the chart.
Hey now.
For number 9. Well, what made Bill Elliott's success here so cool was that Benny Parsons introduced Bill to Harry Melling, and Melling Oil Pumps, a Jackson, Michigan company just up the street, sponsored him, and then Harry Melling bought the team, and they raced Fords, and Ford Motor Company wants to win at Michigan more than anywhere else.
When I think of Little Caesars, I think of John Andretti, and I definitely want to give a shout out to John. He's
yes.
going through a lot right now. A guy that meant a lot to my career early on when I started with USAC.
Chevrolet drivers have won 1 of the last 24 races, but they've won 6 of the last 8 at Michigan. So although Ford and Toyota have dominated the conversation this year, Chevrolet, and in particular Kyle Larson and Chase Elliott, who finished second to Larson in 3 of the last 4 races, 2 to Kyle and second to Joey Logano in June of 2016. Larson and Chase Elliott will be part of the conversation.
Yeah, you know, back in the day, Mike, Ford seemed to have a bit of an advantage on a track like this. High-speed racetrack, the Ford engine seemed to make a lot of power up on top end. Chevys were a little more torquey, kind of shoot off the corner, run out of steam down the straightaway. That really complimented David Pearson in a 21 car here, complimented Bill in the 9 car here. This racetrack was really suited to the Ford engine package at the time.
Kyle Busch was fastest at 36.001. Chase Elliott has now gone 2:01. That's a 35.79. 2/10 quicker than Kyle Busch's fastest lap, and 2.5 tenths quicker than Paul Menard's currently 3rd fastest lap.
And not to take anything away from Bill or David Pearson, they were great drivers and they were in good cars.
I don't know a track right now that doesn't suit that combination of Kyle Busch and that 18 car as he goes to the top of the time chart again.
35.65 for Kyle. That's a 1/10.5 better than Chase Elliott and 4/10 better than Paul Menard.
Somebody asked me about momentum. I said, you know what momentum gets you? It gets you confidence.
Yep.
And that's what this guy, 18, he come here. He's the most confident guy I think I know.
Martin Truex to 7th. Bubba Wallace finishing up a lap, currently 14th after 2 laps. This will be his 3rd. Midwest Supermarket chain Meyer on his car, and he jumps up 1 spot, 36.45. Matt?
Mike, DW touched on just how mental this game really is, auto racing. If we look at Daniel Suarez, 2 top 10s the last 4 races, but did the confidence level really ratchet it up after your near win at Charlotte with the All-Star race?
You know, definitely the team has been working very hard, and we know that we have some work to do. A little bit on the car to get more speed, but as well in the pit road to try to get more consistent and try to stay at the top of the game with everything. But we're getting there. So far, the car, you know, it's hard to tell exactly where we are. The racetrack was very dirty, and we were in race trim. Everyone right now is in Q trim, so we're swapping up and see exactly what we got.
Thank you, Daniel.
Thank you.
He got his first Xfinity Series win right here in 2016.
I think he beat Kyle Busch that day. I think it was a heck of a race. I'll never forget that one.
Ryan Blaney, 2nd fastest, 35.76.
And Ryan's showed to be a fantastic qualifier. I looked for him to be a factor. He sat on, won the pole last week at Pocono. We've seen him be really, really fast on qualifying day, and he just showed they've got good speed again this weekend.
Yeah, I've had so much pressure on these young guys to win. They want to get up there and show that they can run with the veterans, and I think sometimes that pressure gets to them late in the race particularly. But boy, Blaney, and now we're looking at Eric Jones. These are guys that are just on the cusp of winning their first race, and they know it.
Yeah, last time we were here, last summer, Eric Jones finished 3rd behind Kyle Larson and Martin Truex.
And they all realize the same thing. We got to clean up our act a little bit. It's in the pits. It's behind the wheel. Just little odds and ends are keeping us from being successful.
Eric Jones moves up to 14th fastest.
I think the first thing that the Joe Gibbs drivers need to focus on is trying to run as fast as Kyle Busch on qualifying day. Kyle seems to really get the most out of that car when it comes to qualifying, and that just starts the whole weekend off on a better foot by having track position when they drop the green.
I'm not even going to tell you why Kyle Busch thinks he's maybe a little quicker.
He's told us many times.
He doesn't hold back, does he?
Hard to argue with him with his results.
I agree with that. Last time we were at a 2-mile track, you remember what happened to this guy? He and Larson got together. He was going for 4 in a row out in California. Then they took him out of the race in that little accident with Kyle Larson.
Harvick to 7th, 36.07. Toyota, Ford, Chevy, Ford in the Fast Five.
Hey guys, we're here in Michigan, fastest racetrack that we go to. My first time here in a Cup car, so I'm gonna go down in the corner at 2:15 and see. Hopefully it sticks. So we'll see what happens.
What up? We're here at Michigan this weekend. Big speeds. Looking to see what we can do in our Meyer Chevrolet. Have some fun. Later.
So come join us. Good seats and campsites are still available. To choose yours, there is the website and the toll-free number to call. And come join us Sunday or Saturday or both at Michigan Speedway.
Yeah, these campsites, these infields particularly, there's little communities out there now. They come, they all kind of camp together, they cook out together. You see, we've seen you know, that crazy bicycle go by with a big sombrero on top, and just all kind of crazy things that go on in the infield that people really seem to get a big kick out of.
Oh, it's a big weekend. It's a fun fun place.
Huge fun.
Yep.
Guys, Joey Logano on that 22 car, again, they've been in qualifying trim the entire time. He just finished his qualifying practice lap. He went to 6th. He got that in right before he started serving his penalty. We're right at 15 minutes, and the reason he was able to get that, NASCAR extended practice, so he was able to get out there and get one last run in.
So my guy, as a crew chief, I said, you guys are always what if, and so what if it rains tomorrow? I said, what if it doesn't? He said, we got a plan for that.
Okay. To my understanding, Joey Logano, Chase Elliott, and Garrett Smithley are the 15-minute penalty cars. That is Suarez, 213.
That steering wheel, working 180 miles per hour. 13 into the corner, I think I saw.
Get some giddy up out of the, he comes up out of the corner, 191 miles an hour.
I'm telling you, that is a small spoiler to be carrying that much speed into the corner and depending on it to give you the grip. Had a little bit of a moment. It looks like the car got tied off at turn 4.
Up to 21st for Suarez, 36.42. Looked a lot smoother than he did last time he wore the Visor Cam at Dover. Matt?
Mike, Chase Elliott was able to eke out that final third run during this practice session. As you mentioned, he's parked now for the rest of this session. The first run, he took it a little bit conservative due to the debris on the racetrack. The balance was decent. They did make a packer adjustment to the right front. Went back out in the car much better than he expected. It was a little bit on the tight side, and he anticipated that if they kept it where it was over qualifying rounds, it would just get progressively so much tighter. So they made one more adjustment, sent him back out for that third and final round. And you know, you mentioned the whole pizza connection. You look at the sports teams in the Detroit area, so passionate about the Detroit Tigers, the Detroit Red Wings, the Elliott family. They own both. In fact, when Tom Monahan, like you mentioned, owned Domino's Pizza, he also owned the Tigers as well. So it's a great sports connection and pizza here in this area.
Who doesn't like pizza? Alex Bowman finishing up a lap.
See if he can move up a little bit. 27th on the board right now. Let's see where he had a little more speed out of that car.
When I think of Alex Bowman in that 88 car, I think of him filling in for Dale Earnhardt Jr., had the Michigan University colors on that 88 car, and was super fast here in that race. They had some issues, you know, some kind of a electric electronic issue with the engine that day, unfortunately, but other than that, showed a lot of speed. So curious to see if that can continue this weekend.
Now this will be only the 3rd lap on track for Jimmy Johnson, which he's just beginning. His first lap was the quickest, but that was before the track got good, as we'd say.
See that really dark line around the turns, and that's where you want to be. You don't want to get outside of that. That's where all the grip is. That's what Kevin Harvick was talking about. A pretty narrow groove, and you don't want to get out of it. Looks like a little wiggly there getting into turn 3.
Turn 3 is pretty hairy, getting in here into that corner at those speeds.
Well, he picks up, but to 25th at 197.4. A little over 11 minutes to go. Kyle Busch still quickest.
From the Irish Hills with Radioactive. Straight from the track, Brad Keselowski, AJ Allmendinger, and Drew Blickensderfer drop by. That's all next week on NASCAR Race Hub. Weeknights, 6 p.m. Eastern, only on FS1.
I catch Race Hub every chance I get, but I never miss Tuesdays. That Radioactive segment. Yes, that's the best of the week.
And I tell fans all the time, if you want to know what your driver's really like, you got to get a scanner.
That's right.
And you got to listen to him during the race, because that's the guy you pull for.
Yep. Casey Kane on a flyer here. Carrying Chevy accessories on his number 95. I did like that decal they had on the taillight panel last week.
Fun.
The fire truck decal, keep back 200 feet.
Yeah.
Or sticker, rather.
Ooh, big angle. And they're doing close to 200 miles per hour. You know that inside that car, it takes your breath away.
That's a moment. I think the best picture we've had of that all year long was Suarez at Daytona. The car looked like it wiggled a little bit in the middle of turns 3 and 4 down there. But when we were in the car with him, when we had the helmet cam, unbelievable how quickly he responded to that car getting a little loose.
I just wish we had a heart rate monitor at that moment, because I think it spiked for a split
Blow that
second.
baby up.
Well, he said he went back, he showed his crew chief the video from the Visor Cam, and, you know, I told you it was loose. I was like, whoa, I guess so.
I don't know, Jeff, I think my heart would be beating faster before I left pit road than it would once. You know, once you get on the track, it kind of all comes to you, kind of feel at home. But when you're thinking about it,
Your
processing
mind
it,
builds that heart
oh my
rate up.
gosh.
Freaky fast. 217. Wow. That is freaky fast.
That is crazy.
And look how quick he's back to the throttle off of turn 2.
This might be a real smoker right here, boys.
200 miles per hour off the corner.
So far, so good. That's about, I don't know, 3 or 4 miles an hour faster than anybody else has gone.
Oh, that 213 into turn 3, that's super fast.
It's, you know what he's saying? Get you some of this. This ought to be a pretty good lap.
Yeah, 3rd fastest, 35.73 for Harv, 201.4.
Needs about a 1/10 of a second. That'll get him to the top.
Well, he isn't going to get it on the straightaway, I can tell you that. He's
No.
going to have to get it in the corner.
Jamie Mack about to start his lap. He's currently 19th.
Mike, 217 miles an hour in a stock car.
You know, that makes great conversation,
Holy.
but does it make for great racing?
Well, it depends on if you're a driver or a fan.
Depends on how many people are going 217, I guess.
It certainly ramps up the intensity as a driver, but I don't know if that always makes for the best passing opportunity on the racetrack.
Jamie Mack 5th in this race last year. His teammate Kyle Larson, of course, won it. He jumps up to 12th, 36.17, 199.0. Kyle Busch, Keselowski, Harvick, Blaney, Elliott, the Fast Five. Paul Menard at one time was quickest in this session. Now that lap has been pushed back down to 10th. It was the first of 4 laps that he's run. So he's finishing up a lap here in the Menards Ford for the Wood brothers.
And getting even tougher to lay down some of these fast laps. That track temp's coming up. You see the sun's out.
Yep.
So the grip's going to go down a little bit, but he goes up to 7th.
Yeah, he'd pick up a little bit. 21 car did. He's up 7th. And the 41 here with Kurt Busch going out. See what he can lay down.
Well, he's trying to join his teammates at the top of the board. He's currently 27th, but it's been a while since he's been on track. He ran a total of 8 laps. Climbs to 6th. He's right there with Boyer and Almirola.
Hey,
Blaney to the top of the board.
Boy, they got this qualifying thing figured out.
2.6.
Wow. Do it. Track's slowing down.
Isn't that what you said?
I didn't say it's slowing down. It's getting harder to go fast.
A lot of sunshine, you know.
Oh, getting a little wide off of turn 4 here by Keselowski.
Used up the whole racetrack right there.
35.77. His fast lap was a 66.
Yeah, I think that getting wide off 4 really hurt that lap.
Alex Bowman currently 12th. We now have 9 cars faster than 200 miles an hour.
I like it.
Bowman trying to become the 10th. And out of those 9, 7 Fords, 1 Toyota, Kyle Busch, and 1 Chevy, Chase Elliott.
Isn't that something?
Last time, Mike, we were here, the qualifying pole speed was 203. I think we're going to be flirting with that today.
Bowman with a 36.26 to his fastest lap, 36.04. 10 seconds to go in pre-qualifying practice. Looks like Ryan Blaney is going to win that. Coming up is NASCAR Race Hub over on FS2, then Xfinity practice at 1 o'clock on FS2. Jamie Little has the con for that one. Then Xfinity final practice back at FS1 at 3 o'clock, and we'll be back with Cup qualifying at 4 p.m. Eastern Time on FS1. Ryan Blaney wins practice from Kyle Busch, Brad Keselowski, Kevin Harvick, and Chase Elliott. 3 Fords, a Toyota, and a Chevy in the top 5. The rest of the top 10 all blue ovals. We'll see how that will change for qualifying a little later on.